today's video, I will show you how to configure JRebel for your Spring Boot application. In the first part, I'm going to cover how to set up your project with JRebel, and in the second part, I will cover how to start your application with JRebel agent enabled. Before you start with the configuration, please make sure that you have downloaded our JRebel plugin for your IDE. This is how you can find the plugin if you are using IntelliJ. You just need to go to the marketplace, search for the JRebel, and then hit the install button. The first step is to configure your project to be used with JRebel. You can do that multiple ways. The first way is that you will go to the View, Tool windows, select the JRebel, and enable JRebel for all your projects. Or you can just right-click your project in the Project Explorer, select the JRebel, and hit the Enable JRebel button. This will generate a JRebel configuration file called rebel.xml that needs to be deployed with your application. In this file, you can see that there is a path to your compile classes, which JRebel agent will later monitor for changes. The second step is to start your application with JRebel agent attached. If you are running your application from the IDE, it's pretty easy, because with the JRebel IDE plugin, we will add the two new buttons that will allow you to start the application with JRebel or to start the application in debug mode with JRebel. So I can click on one of them, and that will start the application with JRebel. If you start your application from the command line, you need to modify the startup script. Let me show you how to do that. First thing, I will stop the application, and then I will go to the JRebel configuration window. This can be found under Help, then JRebel and Configuration. Here on the JRebel startup panel, you can choose how you start the application. In this case, we are going to start the application from the command line, and because it's Spring Boot application, from the environment menu, I will select the Spring Boot 2. My Spring Boot application is just a jar file, so I will follow the first line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy out the agent path argument with the path to the library, and I will copy that out. Then I will open my terminal window from which I start the application. So I usually start the application like this: Java. Now I need to put there the new JVM argument, and then as usual jar and name of my jar file. If I now hit the enter button, you can see that the application is starting with the JRebel enabled. And I know that because the JRebel banner was printed out. If you are developing a Spring Boot application that runs in the remote environment, such as Docker or virtual machine, you can use JRebel even in that scenario. Here in the JRebel startup panel, you can see that if you select the Run on the remote server, you can find the instruction for your specific environment. In case of Spring Boot, the configuration is similar. The thing is that you are just changing the startup script on the remote machine, and there is one more argument that you need to specify during the server startup, and it's the Rebel remoting plugin set to true. So that's how you set up JRebel for your Spring Boot based application. Thank you for watching.